Hi, welcome to another virtual water cooler. My name's Steve. I'm running late. I'm sorry. Technical issues and just poor organization. It's my daughter's birthday today and was on an extended call with her today. So my feeble apologies for starting a little bit, a couple of minutes later than my water cooler normally starts. 4:30 UK time. I am hoping to have some people come join us, but it's always one of those things that I never know what's going to happen. So I'm okay with that, and I've learned that that is just the way things go sometimes. But it doesn't stop me from showing up in this space. Um, I am. What's been happening for last week? I had a great conversation last week. I really enjoyed the chat with Tony Pincham and Lonica. I've got her last name. It'll come to me. But just in terms of sort of the way of the world and how we use and I guess and abuse control and power. So insightful, just thoughtful conversations. We want to do our best here. We want to put a positive spin on as many of the things that are going on. I definitely don't want to be one of those trollers and doomsayers, but it's always useful to air and voice our concerns, opinions, thoughts, as it speaks to speaking truth to power. So really enjoyed the conversation. I will pull some clips from that because there were some nuggets in there that really sort of sat with me for most of the week. For me personally, I am excited, making progress with the transition from the UK to Jamaica, and having things move around me. My space around is looking very sparse these days because things have been shipped and are being sold and moved out. So, but it's very exciting, and it's quite a change actually. It's to sort of up sticks and move, but at the same time, there's lots of I think there's lots of positives behind the reasons for doing it, and just in terms of being in a different part of the world with connected family, friends, and new associates and new connections there. So I am very much excited about it. So what else is going on this week? Our weekly, our 12-week cohort is in full stride. We're in the month of May, week 5 of the program, and it's really the second season. The first 3 weeks are the winter months, and as we move into spring, the natural, the metaphor for nature is that winter, a lot of things are happening sort of unseen. Plants sort of drop their leaves, and there's a lot of activity sort of beneath the surface, so to speak. The hibernation period, the time to be insular and see what you're made of, basically, if you can survive a winter, if you've got what it takes to survive. And when you do, spring rolls around, and spring is a time where you sort of break ground, you spring forth. And I'm excited for the time of the program whereby we can do that. Oh, I've got a dear friend. He's back. Oh my goodness.
Steve, I thought this was at 12:30, so I almost missed you today. But I thought there was a time zone change because we had daylight savings nonsense, and y'all don't.
Oh, you don't have time. You don't change. You didn't change your
We
time
did
clock.
change, so I thought it was at 12:30, but now it's at 11:30. I think. Oh, hold on, you're so small, you can't see them.
There you go. There you go.
Steve, we spent almost 50 hours on the road last week, driving from the East Coast to Texas and back.
Wow.
I mean, I don't think you can even drive 50 hours in Britain unless you went in a circle.
Yeah, you'd have to go in a. You definitely have to go in a circle. You'd have to go on the edge.
You don't look mise en place back there. It looks like you're getting ready to move in 5 or 4 weeks. A little bird told me
Yeah,
on Facebook.
it is 4 weeks today. So,
Wow. Where are you going?
where am I going? You just setting me,
Are you going
you
back
just setting me up.
to
I'm
Jamaica?
going to Jamaica.
Listen,
Don't sing the song. Don't
weeks
sing.
ago, Camille told me a dad joke, and she's like, "I gotta tell Steve Wright." And every week, we tried logging on while we were in Japan. I woke up at like 2:30 in the morning to see you, but because of I
Time
missed
difference.
you by an hour, and I was
Oh
so
man.
upset. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, Steve, after having just landed and traveled for like, 18 plus
Yeah.
hours. We went to bed. We woke up at 2 a.m. We used a bidet, and then we were like, we got to talk to Steve. That's what reminded me. Using the bidet, I was like, oh, Steve Wright. I gotta go talk to him. I'm just kidding.
Well, I want to officially congratulate you on your.
Swap sides with me.
I've sent various posts and things, but I just want to officially congratulate you on your engagement. I'm
Thank you.
so.
The text was blocking her face because she's 4 foot,
Okay.
so
I'm so excited, and I don't know. I've got to.
You need to save up money now, because I thought you were flying from, because I would like you to be my best man, but flying from Jamaica might be more expensive than Britain. I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. We don't know yet.
Okay.
Because we were looking at here in Florida, but a destination wedding sounds nice too. The issue is a destination wedding requires travel, requires money, you lose guests.
Yeah.
But almost everyone I've ever podcasted with is asking if they can come to the wedding. So everyone has to travel anyway. So if that's the case, we might as well have it somewhere nice. And Steve, we were at this 118-acre rose garden in Shreveport, Louisiana during our Texas trip. And Camille found a church that was painted black and Gothic, and she was born on Halloween. So she said, we're having a goth wedding. I'm wearing a black dress, and I am going to have like a skull flower, pin and stuff. And I will wear a white suit because I'm not all about that dead stuff. And our dog is going to be black and white. So,
Oh, look at that. Is Whiskey Shot happy about the engagement?
We are going to decorate her with a little skirt and some flowers. And I'd like for her to be the ring bearer, because in Florida, at least, your dog's paw prints can sign your wedding papers. So your dog can officiate your wedding papers. Yeah. There's like a list of states in the United States where, because we're crazy over here, we love dogs more than children. Your dog can sign your wedding papers. But I said it'll be the smallest signature you've ever seen. It's gonna be, you're gonna have to get a magnifying glass for that. So,
oh dear. Well, I want to hear from Camille. I don't want her to just be sitting next to you all silent. Camille, it's lovely to meet you.
You like sit higher up.
No, this is it.
Here, sit on the pillow or something.
There you go.
She's like, you need to get a booster seat for her or something.
There you go.
We want to know that you have a,
there you
you're
go.
not just a floating head. Like it's not ventriloquism. This is a real woman. It's not AI generated.
So how did the proposal go?
Not as planned. Mount Fuji was closed.
You're not. I wasn't talking to you, Mr. Whiskey. I was talking to.
I know. He told me later on that his plan was to propose on Mount Fuji. But no, the actual proposal was really sweet. It was very intimate.
Yeah, and you didn't hesitate, or did you hesitate?
No, I didn't hesitate. No.
She was asleep, and I just put the ring on her finger, so it was, she didn't really. She woke up and she goes, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, just accepted it.
But yeah, and Steve, you already know what I am definitely wearing to my wedding, correct?
What's on your head?
Oh, well, that's okay. That was a fair point. But no, I'm wearing 4 socks to my wedding. I'm wearing 4 socks so I don't get cold feet.
Thin socks, I hope. So you can put your shoes on.
No. We are going to listen. If you make I don't know how much cooking you do, but when you're making a good meal, you let it marinate. So on that honeymoon, when she takes off those 4 socks, it's going to be the best experience of her life, Steve. With a well marinated chicken or turkey or whatever you want to say. It's like one of those roasted hams. You put pieces of pineapple in between each toe.
Oh, still.
I'm just kidding, Steve. But
you know, I've missed you, Mr. Whiskey.
I've missed you too, and I caught a glimpse of you on Facebook, and I saw the empty background. I said, "It's really happening."
Yes,
it's only been in 12-week years. It's been like 118 weeks since I've seen you, but I didn't realize you were moving so soon. And I'm excited to send it to you once I'm done putting together the footage. I performed stand-up comedy. Not only did I perform stand-up comedy, I was requested to open for 2 professional comedians at the event, and I performed across the street from Bruno Mars.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. That was just the hand of God. I didn't do anything to deserve that. He was just like, boom, you're opening for 2 professional comedians. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll try.
Yeah. Were you ready?
Always ready. Always ready.
There you go.
I walked up on stage and I said, testing, testing. Has anyone here ever been married? A couple people raised their hands. I said, now let me ask you, how many socks did you wear to your wedding? No, I'm just kidding. That was not my bit. But Camille did perform. She didn't perform on stage, but she did share a joke around the conference.
All right, share the joke. Share the joke here, Camille.
What do you give a sick bird?
What do you give a sick bird?
A tweetment.
Okay, I can edit that. It's all good. We can go back into post and work with that one.
But yeah, no, the comedy went very well. I don't like to brag about it because it really humbled me. The feedback I got was I got a standing ovation and multiple people coming up and saying, well done, you exceeded our expectations. And a couple people who related to what I talked about, I actually shared their experience with it. So I'm very excited to share it with you, to share with other people. The thumbnail is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Let's just say, if I had to describe it in just 3 words, I would say Mr. Whiskey and Asian women. I guess that's 4 words, but I guess it's 5 if you count the Mr. But that is like the theme. That was the theme of the bit. So I'm excited to send it to you, Steve.
Yes, please.
And, you know, once that's out, you can let me know what you think.
Yeah.
Let me know if you stood up in your own home or not.
Say that again.
If you stand up after you finish watching it, if you like throw back your computer chair and you stand up and you're like, bravo, bravo. Oh. Or if you just sat down after the YouTube and you just immediately hit the X on the top of the right-hand corner.
Yeah, yes, yeah, I would definitely, yeah, I'll watch it. Yeah, I tell you, man, when I saw the engagement post, I was like, there was a wave of pride that washed over me, man. I'm like,
you were like, I never thought he'd be able to do it.
Well, it's that too, but it was just, yeah, it was special. It was special. So
thank you.
So since Japan, you've traveled
all over.
Wow.
All over.
What was this? Why did you actually crawl to the Filipino restaurant? Is that there's a punchline to that?
Okay. That's funny. I didn't know you saw that. Thank you for acknowledging that, because I don't think you liked the post. So I keep track of this stuff, Steve.
I know you
because you know, I actually talked to someone about you, because I said multiple people in my life will always reference my post to me, but I know they didn't like it or share it. So it's funny because I know they saw it, because they said, why did you do XYZ? Or I saw that you did ABC.
Yeah.
And you're one of those people, Steve, but it's okay. So they were doing, to help promote the Jack's Filipinos group, they did a Filipino food crawl. And at each of the restaurants that were participating, they had a code on a sign that you had to put in on the app. And the app had to be, I found out, because I took some food to go, and I tried to put in the code, and it said, you're not at the physical location, you cheater. And basically the app actually needs to know that you're there and that you
The
didn't just like
location.
walk in, get the code and leave or whatever. So
Yeah.
um Camille had drawn a picture of me and her crawling on a table of Filipino food, and because it was called the Filipino food crawl. And then that kind of inspired me later on to do that social media reel that was a little, I would say it's one of my more attention grabbing or unique reels. I'm sure you saw leading up to Military Creator Con, I ended up becoming a bit of an influencer and doing different reels where Camille would often say, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing?" And then I would promote Military Creator Con, and it was just fun. It's something different, you know.
Mm.
I'm not a big social media guru or anything, and we went to the conference and people were saying, "There he is, the king of social media, the Military Creator Con social media guy." I was like, "Stop it. That was,
What?
come on, that was nothing." But you know, it was very easy to do. One of the things we talked about at Military Creator Con, and Steve, this will blow your mind. There are people making $40,000 a month just doing unboxing videos. They go to Costco or a store,
Mm.
they order stuff, and then they tap the box and they open it. Some of them are making 40 grand a month. And this lady was talking about, she's a UGC, user generated content person.
Mhm.
She just records her whole day, edits it, and says, "Look, when I was brushing my teeth, I used this brand of toothpaste." That's a sponsorship. Like, she does every part of her day, she said, can become monetizable. Now, one of the things that Camille and I talked about was balance. You know, at
Mhm.
what point are you just consuming your life and not living it? And so
Yeah.
I think that's an
The
important
Truman Show.
balance nowadays. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's the
But
Truman Show.
but I say that to say, like, the social media clip promotions I did it was very easy. You know, we were at a nice location and I would say, "Hey, this is a great spot to just record and plug." And
Mm.
I'm very fortunate that God has given me the improv and intelligence to just, like, a lot of my clips where I just share some gospel, it's literally like I'll see something, I'll be like, "All right, Camille, hit record."
Mm.
And then I'll just be like, gardening, Hebrew words for dirt, commission. And then Camille doesn't know where I'm getting all this stuff out of, you know, but because sometimes it's not planned. Like, none of my social media stuff, I don't script ahead of time.
Mm.
Like, we pulled up to the Filipino restaurant and I said, "Camille, face away from me, and then you're gonna pan." And she turned around, so I didn't want her to know I was crawling. So she turned around and she had to hold in her laughter because I'm on the ground, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And that was one of my favorite clips too, because I was like, "What are you doing? Why are you not crawling to get this Filipino food?"
She got down to.
And you know what? I didn't think she was gonna do that because, like I said, it wasn't planned. So I thought she was just gonna stop recording after that. Nah, I turned around and she got down on the ground, and I said,
That's
"We're
beautiful.
getting married."
Ah!
That's it. It's funny because the people who run the new media cruise where I did my comedy before on the cruise ship, they were getting married, and one of the comedians said, one of the guys who did stand-up comedy, he said, "Michael and Krista, you're getting ready to do your marriage vows. Like, I promise to love you through sickness and health and to
Mm.
always make good social media content together. And our safe word is only going to change if the algorithm for YouTube does." And you know, so it's funny being, you know, that. And Camille, obviously, she's very shy, so you won't see her often on camera, but she's been brave enough to say, "Excuse me, sir," from behind the camera. And when we were at Military Creator Con, people were asking, "Was that you? Are you that voice behind the camera?" And she was like,
Yeah.
That's me.
but it was great. I actually spoke on stage about podcasting, and when they asked me on stage, they said, "Mr. Whiskey, who is a podcaster who inspired you? Was it Joe Rogan? Was it Steve Bartlett?" I said, Steve Bartlett, that guy from the UK? No, 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 no. Steve Wright from the UK. That's
Oh.
the real Steve podcaster of the UK that you need to be focused on, and he's much better looking.
Oh.
And if you want to go have a one-to-one thing with him, I'm going to have a QR code on the next panel of my talk. You can scan it. It'll take you right to the Managers Who Lead Facebook group.
I tell you, man, Mr. Whiskey never misses a trick, man.
Yeah.
That's why I love this guy.
But tell us about what you've been up to. It's been 118 12-week years or something like that.
Yeah, it's the
You probably had 3 birthdays since I last saw you.
It's the second year of the calendar year. We're in year 2. I was just mentioning before you jumped on. It's May. It's the week month of May. So we're sort of week 5 into the program.
So your May overlaps with actual May.
It does.
on the
It
tail end.
does. Yeah. At the end of it, will be the end of this week. Will be the beginning of May. So yeah, it does overlap. But the concept is that this period of the program is where you've established your visions for your vision and a goal for the period, and now you're bringing that into fruition. You've kind of worked on the inside, done the inside work, which is like the winter months, and then now you're into spring where things are blossoming, things are bringing forth. And I've seen that in my personal journey, because it's one thing having an intention to do something where you just kind of keep it to yourself or you keep it to a small circle. It's another thing where now that intention now shows up in your everyday and people are asking you. So like you said, my space is a lot more sparse. I literally had my personal items, personal effects shipped on Monday. So I had things leave the house that I won't see again until I'm in Jamaica.
I hope you held on to your chopsticks so you can eat donuts while podcasting still.
I do have I sent some and I left them. I left one in the, I always,
And the last time you used them, you probably got a little nostalgic and you're like, I wonder if Mr. Whiskey's still in Japan. I miss him.
I was checking where you're at, and I know you saw me jump roping. So
well, you were posting every day.
Me too.
You did a Instagram challenge where you were posting every day for the whole month of March, correct?
Yes, of March, and that was March. Yeah, and that was insightful because it was quite a bit of work. And
not easy, I'm telling you.
It's not easy, and especially it was something that I stepped up to the challenge, which I'm glad I did. And I wanted to approach the challenge in such a way that I could make it sustainable after the challenge. And in essence, other stuff got in the way in terms of prioritizing. I had to really sort of make sure that I was getting all of my stuff ready for the move, and that sort of took away some of the outward facing posts. But what I do, I actually do a YouTube short, a personal short every day. And I've continued that regimen, a 3 minute short. That is just me sharing stuff as to progress and what's going on. And that's been cathartic and helpful in terms of just tracking what's going on. And I definitely want to pick up. I will probably put out a 30-day challenge to myself and invite others who want to do it when I'm in Jamaica. I'll have a bit more bandwidth once I'm there. Maybe the an unboxing video of me, unboxing all the stuff that all the crap that I sent over there.
You jokingly say that, Steve, but there are some people who would consume that so much, and there are plenty of people who, I listened to a podcast once just to support a fellow podcaster, and she was just talking about like the highlighter she bought to help organize her notes for moving to her new place, and like it had so many listens that I was like, interesting. There's a guy, Steve, this blew my mind. There's a gentleman who just live streams himself sleeping every night, and people just tune in to see what position he turns into in the middle of the night or not. Like, it's literally just a live stream of him sleeping. And one thing I've talked to you about before was someone showed with me, they had this app called TikTok. I don't condone it, but they were using the TikTok, and they had a person had an account where they would go poke an anthill, and they would rate its softness, its antness, and whatever else. And it had 1 million plus likes per video of this person touching anthills. And so obviously you and I are frustrated because here we are posting clips from our podcast or with a guest that's insightful. It's about growth or suicide prevention or self-improvement, lifelong learning, finishing a marathon when the first person was already way ahead. But, it's frustrating, it's frustrating trying to compete with that. And then also to know that if you try to do that, it just wouldn't work, you know,
Right.
and maybe because it's not in alignment. And I have to backtrack. Did you see that Camille ran her first ever 5K not too long ago?
No.
Yeah, I posted that right it was like the day before we went to Japan.
Okay, cool. Camille, talk to us about the 5K. I want to hear you. I want to hear you one. I want to hear
Yeah.
you on here. I'm tired of
No,
this.
it was okay. My time was like 39 minutes.
Nice.
No training though.
Yeah, no training. I guess I felt like I was struggling because I know he wanted me to keep running the whole time, but I like at some points I needed to stop and just
Yep.
walk.
Yeah.
It was hot. It was like
Yeah.
80, 90 degrees. And Steve, actually, that's where I sent you the video. They gave out free beer at the end of the run. And I sent you the clip of me with the beer where I was like, so I walked into this bar and the bartender was like, that'll be 15 pounds for this free beer. And I told you the whole thing where the bartender said I had a long mane. So that was after that 5K. That was the end of that.
Okay.
They gave out free beer at the end of the run.
Wow.
You know, it's a good motivator to say, hey, come run this 5K. We have 1,500 kegs of beer to give out at the end.
Yeah, beer's a bit. I mean, beer's a good post run drink.
Especially
not
if you're a
not
horse.
like condone alcohol per se, but just I guess the calorific value of it. It's refreshing. If you like,
I'm more of a chocolate milk after a run kind of guy. When I was varsity cross country, we finished every race with chocolate milk, oranges, and bagels.
Oh, that works. That works too. So, Camille, will you run again? Is it something that you enjoy?
No, I definitely would do it again. I think it's motivating to try and like beat your time from the last time. So
Yeah.
definitely
Running
try
one
to
of
get
those.
more training in.
We're going to start
next
jump
time.
roping every day. We're going to do a daily jump roping regimen to help with that, because jump roping, I mean, and most people don't know this, it is amazing for footwork, for building up that stuff down there. That's why a lot of boxers do amazing jump roping work, because it's very beneficial. That's why I would never fight Steve Wright, because he does 3,000 jumps in 30 seconds, average heart rate like 172. It's on his Instagram story. You can find out those stats. But
not 30 seconds, 3,000 jumps. But yeah, I agree. I mean, you can still fight me, because I'm not a fighter. I'm just a jump roper. But but it's one of those workouts that it is really around sort of sustaining. For me, it's like it's the small twitch muscles in the legs, as opposed to the major muscle groups that you get from running or cycling. You're not bringing the muscles through a major motion when you jump roping. But there is a lot of sort of technique to jump roping well and jump roping long. At my peak, I've done a single session where I jumped rope 10,000 times.
And we know about that because those small twitch muscles that were developed during that 10,000 jumping session are the reason why you have kids. It's a chain reaction.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that was quite a link.
What a jump! No pun intended. It was quite the jump.
Yeah, it was quite the jump, actually.
It's funny. So talk about jump roping, talk about social media clips and jumping. When I was on the new media cruise, part of the highlight is the catamaran. So all the podcasters would go out on a catamaran together, film content, do whatever. And I had someone I don't know if I ever posted it, but it was a video of me on the edge of the catamaran at the top about a jump. And I said, here's live coverage of me jumping to conclusion. And then I look back and say, what I'm good at, apparently. And then I jump off the ship.
Oh,
and
wow.
I don't think I ever posted it, but it was one of those things where we're about to jump off. And I'm like,
into
what
the water.
Did I say? Yes, into the
Okay.
Not onto the shore. That would have been.
Oh, well, yeah. I just think jumping off. Yeah, I guess you would be.
That catamaran actually broke down, and I jumped off the side and swam to shore instead of waiting for the rescue boat, because we were close enough. Well, it was close enough that I and my somewhat physical fitness form could swim, but everyone else just waited for, other than a few other people, they just waited for this emergency boat. But talk about what a trip to get onto the catamaran. So the year before on the Podcasters Cruise, it was a beautiful experience. The catamaran was parked on a dock. You got on, we went out. They provide you free drinks, well, including the cost, drinks and food, and you go out to different snorkeling spots. And they said, and I tried to do this, Steve, I was the only person who tried, if you swim all the way to the bottom and grab a whole live lobster, we will cook it on the spot for the group. And I tried, and I went down. It didn't look that deep, but all bubbles and fluids started coming out of my ear and nose and eyes, and I felt the pressure, and I was like, you know what? I don't even eat lobster. It's not even kosher. So, I mean, this was just for everyone else, and I'm the only person trying to get this. I'm not a Navy SEAL. I'm a nuclear operator. So. But the next year, which was this previous one where I talked about being detained in Japan, the ship wasn't on a dock. It was at the shoreline where the waves were breaking, and it was going up and down. And they're like, just time it right so you don't get hit on the head.
Yeah.
And so people were trying to get on, and it's like crashing down onto the shore and stuff. And then we were like, all right, what an experience. And then on the way home, the ship breaks down.
No.
So we were like, listen, we're not doing, compared to last year, no. Yeah. But it's amazing to get a group of podcasters together on a cruise ship. I gotta say, whoever thought of that, Captain Neely and his wife, amazing group. Steve, you got to join us sometime.
Hey,
or if we make a stop in Jamaica, I'm gonna call you over.
Yes, come see the north coast of Jamaica. That would be beautiful.
I'm gonna interview your mom about. It's gonna be called The Making of Steve Wright, but it won't go back to. Okay, but I think it would be interesting to get her perspective on you compared to the you I know.
Oh, there you go. Well, you know what?
The unmasking of Steve Wright. We reached out to the real source of truth, his mother, who had a one-to-one thing with him for many, many years before he created the one-to-one thing. Or I would interview both of you at the same time. Maybe we'll see.
Being our only child, then yes, I was the one thing.
But yeah, actually, we're going back to Japan when you're going to be in Jamaica. So our Japan to Jamaica crossover is going to happen.
Oh, right. You're heading back again?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Well, because until I'm actually married, I still have time to maybe find a better wife, So I'm going back.
Stop it. Camille, stand up there. Stand. There you go. There's no words. No words can express.
Well, so that's one of the funnest things is we were at Military Creator Conference, and everyone's comment was just halfway through the conversation, they say, "Oh, Camille, hi. Do you talk?" And she's like, I'm very proud of Camille, though, in all seriousness, because that was her first ever conference, and it was not her niche. It was all military guys and some gals, so it was not her niche at all. And she went there as a beautiful arm candy, but also she went and supported me, and she recorded some of the stuff, and she. And I'm very grateful to one thing I can speak to. And Steve, I know you've met a couple podcasters in real life as well. What a community collaboration it was. And everyone who knew me and knew that I had gotten engaged to Camille went out of their way to make her feel comfortable, to welcome her to the community. Not just her, but anyone who it was their first time at a conference or first time in a creator kind of setting. So I think one thing I can say is, there's a few bad people in the industry, but outside of that, it is a very a group-oriented thing. Some of these people I hadn't seen in 3 years since the last episode or the last conference. And it was just amazing to have that connection. And I know you've gotten to experience that as well.
Yes. Yeah. Like you said, it's the person behind the podcast or the program or the veneer of social media. And I think there is I don't know, there's like a radar or antenna that
under my hat
we have. Yes, yeah. And then my one's built in because I've got no hair. So
well, it's just very thin. It's just very thin.
Yeah, just a skin, a skin antenna that just kind of picks. You can pick out people that
Taking that out of context, I'm gonna soundbite that.
you can pick out people that you know there's more to it. There's more to them than the media persona. And I feel really grateful and blessed that I've met people, you know, either through podcasting or just even through this platform.
Gotten tattoos with them even.
And gotten tattoos with them even, you know. And that says a lot. That says a lot in terms of understanding someone beneath the social media persona. And yeah, I'm always keen to meet in person in real life.
I miss Justin Workman. He was going to where I was the day I left, basically. Like we just missed each other. And I was excited. He and I were gonna run shirtless. We were gonna record ourselves. No, because that was our plan to do the "Are we there yet?"
Yeah.
Most people, they ask the question, "Are we there yet?" Me, I ask, "I hope we're not there yet," because I want to keep running. I want to keep training. But you know, you and I actually, and I posted it on my Instagram and social media, a clip of you and I talking where we talked about showing up as you are. You know, not rocking up to the nines excessively, or you know, being too casual, but you said that if someone were to meet you in real life, it would be the same as if they had watched you on the virtual water cooler or 100%. Listened to the one-to-one thing, you know. And I have found, fortunately, that a lot of the people I have podcasted with, when I met them in person, they were that person, or sometimes even better. You know, I've yet to have an experience where I met someone I was like, oh, that must have been an AI generated, you know, conversation we had, because you're nothing like that. You know, I've been very fortunate. And one thing I was going to say, thought's gone, but it was about the conference and you. Oh, Steve, I don't know if you saw, and this isn't to talk about myself, but I just hit 300 episodes. So 300 episodes.
Wow.
I just hit 300 episodes. Yeah.
Wow.
And 2 of those were with you.
Oh,
so I don't know what percentage that is. I won't do the math, but basically a majority of the show was interviewing you.
Oh yeah. Well, it's those repeat. There's guests that I haven't posted a podcast for a little while, and I'm mindful of that. And at the same time, I wanted to be more discerning. There's guests that I would like to come back and talk to again for sure. Not because I'm lacking guests, but because time has moved on and the contexts of the discussions are different. And I think that's important.
100%.
You can't always get somebody on that ideal day when you do a podcast show or discussion with them. So having the opportunity to come back around. Jeanette Meyer is one of those people that comes to mind, because I interviewed her a long while back ago, and she's a person that is she's so magnetic through the medium that we taught through on a call together, and we really resonated and connected in a great way. And for me to be on her show as well, it was just an automatic yes, and again fostered that connection again. And like we said, there's people that just do that in terms of if there's anywhere that if someone's within 200 miles of me right now, that is in my space. If we can sort out calendars, especially while I'm still here for the next month, I would love to extend an opportunity to grab a lunch or coffee, even if it's
his treat.
If it works. Yeah. I met Annie Cook. Annie Cook was beautiful. It was just a great opportunity. I was sharing
Did
about.
You got her to sign your book?
I didn't bring the book. I mean, that's one thing.
That's the whole point. You get a photo of the book signing and everything, and you promote it. Come on.
Yeah,
Steve.
I don't. Well, sometimes
you weren't mise en place.
Well. Sometimes I fear overthinking I fear overthinking something that is organic, and Yes, certainly in hindsight, it would have been nice because she kindly sent me a copy of her book, and it would have been just great to bring it with me and have her physically sign it, while we're together. But
I'll
that
take you
was
one
kind of
step better. You could have ran up to her. Oh my goodness, are you that famous author? And look, I have a copy of your book. Can you sign
it's
it? And then
too much,
everyone's turning their heads and
too much
yeah, no,
too much
I'm just
overhead,
kidding,
too
but
much overhead. I was just happy to grab a couple of pictures. We did shoot some video while we were talking, and unfortunately, the method that I used, I had a setup that messed with the sync of the audio and the
oh
video,
man.
and basically it wasn't just out for a little bit during the whole thing. It was variable, so it varied across the whole
Mm.
video, which means I couldn't resync it. So I'm having to do some post work in terms of pulling maybe do some voiceover or do something with it. But it was just great to have that conversation and just we had a lunch
I can
together.
voice over you if you need like an actor to do the dubbing of you.
Go
I'll
on
do it
then.
in Japanese.
Go on then. So do a welcome to the virtual water cooler live in Japanese. See?
おはようございます。私はここにいます。スティーブ・ライト。
That is,
Yeah, but
I can't verify what you said, but it sounded.
I said, "Good morning. I am here, Steve Wright." Yeah, I mean, relatively. I'm just using anime snippets right now to fill in the gaps. But I think when it came to Camille and I actually got to meet, and this is really cool. Someone I interviewed 3 years ago, one of my first ever podcast guests. We met him in Texas. I actually drove like 4 hours out of my way on the way home to go see this man.
Wow.
One of the last living Vietnam veteran swift boat sailors. Amazing story. If y'all want to look him up, Raul Herrera, Capturing Skunk Alpha author. He shared insights about the Vietnam War that most people don't know. Most Vietnam veterans don't even know about the amount of naval combat and naval strategies that were going on. Everyone thinks about humping the boonies, the jungle warfare.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of sailors who were out there who have been forgotten and pushed aside because of that. And Raul Herrera was tormented by the fact that the people he lost on the oceans who had done amazing things, who were recognized heroes for sinking and capturing an enemy ship, were forgotten. Wow. And so he's trying to push forward the swift boat legacy. And I got to meet him in person. Such a nice guy. It was such an amazing experience. And, we were supposed to meet a lot more guests along the way. And it was just so great to meet those people. And it's so crazy. We talk about recording with guests that we haven't talked to in a while. I've re-interviewed a couple people now because time goes by fast. Yeah. To me, it feels like I just recorded with these people yesterday. It's been 3 years, a year and a half, 2 years. And we always say we're going to get to recording. And then, we get busy. And then one of the guys I just reached out to, we were supposed to re-record together probably 8 times over the past 2 years, and we just kept getting busy. But a lot of them, I went back to check out their website, completely different, their business different, or a lot of people that I interviewed when I first started my podcast, they were just starting out as well. And to see the growth, to see the change, I mean, that's something I've been getting a lot with the conferences I go to. Some of the people I haven't seen in 2-3 years, they're like, Mr. Whiskey, we can't believe how much you've grown from just a guy in cowboy boots who was podcasting to, how you present yourself now, the way you articulate, what your website has become, so seeing my own growth, seeing the growth of the guests on my show and supporting them, I almost feel proud, not that in a sense that like I've been able to see them grow and I was a part of that journey and they were a part of that journey. And it's so amazing to see even Steve, like how you've changed from when we first started it used to be like a drop-in Tuesday. Now it's on Wednesdays and it's a different time. But, we used to be just like a Facebook Live thing. And then it went to, what it is now. And I'm sure it'll continue to expand in the future. I know one day you're going to do the live the real water cooler conference, the WCC, the water cooler conference. I got you right there. I'm excited for that. And, you're going to have people on stage and stuff. I guess in Jamaica. So it'll be like a mastermind retreat, Jamaican Mastermind Retreat, the WCC live.
I would
write that down.
I would love that. I would happily organize a mastermind.
And I'll bring you a cowboy hat in a box, and together we can tap the sides of the box, and we can zoom in on us taking off the tape, and then the unveiling, and then we'll zoom in on you shifting it. We got to get every sound.
Yeah. I need a I'd have to wear a tan hat. I don't think I can wear. I don't think the black hat would be too hot in Jamaica.
Maybe a white straw hat, because it is Jamaica. It's pretty. I assume it's warm year round.
Yeah, or beige. I don't want a white hat too
bright, too contrast.
Yeah, it gets too messy. But a nice straw trilby boater type.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the brim. I'm not sure if I can't. I don't know how you manage.
Brim's a little too wide from years of damage.
Yeah,
I actually have a brand new hat that I bought, that me and Camille got together, a white hat, and she got her first pair of cowgirl boots ever. So nice. I've done my job.
Do you wear hats as well, Camille?
No, not really.
Yeah, just so you got so you're starting with the boots then.
Yes.
The boots, and then the skirt. Is it the jeans, the chaps, boots and the chaps? Work your way up.
Hopefully, she'll do what a lot of the American girls like to do, which is they cut the entire back of the chaps out. There's a term for them, but
okay.
No, Steve. The first time I ever saw it, I was really confused. I won't say the name of them because it requires me to curse, and I don't do that. But
all right.
We went to like a cowboy bar in Norfolk, Virginia, and they had the mechanical bull ride. Of course, I had a great time on it. Not a great time on it, but my time on it was a good time.
Yeah, until you got thrown off.
It was a great time and a great time. You know what I mean? And there was all girls there wearing fake cowboy stuff and cowgirl stuff, and they had me and my friends did not expect this. We don't really go clubbing. They took me because they're like, Mr. Whiskey, the cowboy, has to go to the cowboy bar. I was visiting town. So we said, let's go. None of us really drink or anything. We went there, and every woman had the back of their jeans cut out of their chaps. And there's a certain term for them.
Okay.
And it just didn't make sense to me, to be honest. Like they had shorts on, or some of them not really, but
yeah,
we were just like, all jaws just dropped. Not in like, wow, that's hot. It was like, where are the back of your pants? Right? Like, why not just wear shorts? Because they're like, well, we want the bell bottoms, but we want to show off XYZ. Yeah. And it was like, maybe you could just get bell bottom leg warmers in shorts. Yeah, I'm gonna invent that. Oh, that's Steve. That's our new business.
No, it's your business.
Denim bell bottom leg warmers. Denim bell bottom leg warmers.
Bell bottom leg warmers. So you wear them
when cowgirl season is too hot to wear full denim, but you still want to rock the look. I'll have to shorten that motto.
Okay, and then you would literally put on their individual legs. They're not joined.
Yes, and if you're a wild girl, you only wear on one leg.
Wow. Camille's nodding, but Steve, I don't think
people would buy this, Steve. I'm telling you, it's not about the product, it's about the consumer. You know, it's not about being better, it's about being different.
Oh, I actually, if you back up one phrase before that, I like that. It's not about it's not the product. Not the product, it's the consumer.
Mm-hmm. Well, Camille and I talk about that a lot with artwork. So I'm sure you know that Camille is a 2-time national award-winning artist, and we'll go to museums.
Wow. And
we'll look at the prices of artwork. Because one, she's trying to gauge like how much she should sell her artwork for too.
Yeah.
But we've seen stuff. Like there was the banana that got taped to a wall that sold for millions of dollars. And it was about this statement in, like, we talk about art really, like they say, it's the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And a lot of times Camille and I look at some abstract pieces and we're like, you know, compared to what she does with so much detail and stuff, to see it selling for tens of thousands of dollars. And sometimes it looks like someone just splattered paint on a canvas. And we've seen people, we met a lady who she just dumps all her leftover paint onto a canvas and sells it for like $500 each, $800. for me, who sees how many hours of work Camille puts into these very detailed drawings, and to see people are like, I would only pay $500 for that. And then see other people say that abstract piece, it speaks to like the human's essence. I'm going to spend $500,000 on it. It's been frustrating as an artist because it's not about the product, it's about the consumers. And that's why we said there was a Cheeto shaped like Harambe, the gorilla that got shot in America. It sold for like $99,000, I think, or something like that, or $9,000, just because it was a Cheeto shaped like a gorilla that got shot in the US. Or as I mentioned earlier, the man who he taped a real banana to a wall.
Yeah.
And it sold for millions of dollars because the guy who bought it wanted to prove that he was so rich that he could buy any piece of art. And then he ate it. He ate it in front of everyone. The world's most expensive banana. Steve, if I ever have millions of dollars, I'm not buying banana. First of all, I don't eat bananas, but even if I did, I wouldn't spend more than $10 on a banana, let alone, 29 or million or however much.
Wow.
What a waste.
So Camille, what medium do you use for your art? You paint, draw, sketch?
Well, right now I'm mostly doing ink drawings, but I've worked with acrylic painting and like origami paper sculpture in the past.
It's stippling.
Oh, okay.
Stippling, what do you call it?
Okay. Are you on Instagram?
I am, yes.
Yeah. What's your handle? Don't say shush, Mr. Whiskey. I'm talking to the lady here.
It's Camille J. Faustino.
Camille J.
Mm-hmm.
Faustino, you said?
Faustino.
F-A-U. Oh, F-A-U.
S-T-I-N-O.
T-I-N-O. Okay, cool. I'll go join you.
If Steve liked my post, he would see that you're tagged in them. So
right. My daughter is an artist. I mean, I'd say that she studied interior architecture.
She made the thing down there. Didn't she make your logo?
No.
Or is that your other daughter?
That was my other daughter designed my logo. She works in the branding space. Actually, I spoke to both of them just before this call, so I don't know, they might catch it on the replay. And I said, I hope that I always get mentioned when Mr. Whiskey's on this call with me. He always mentions one or other of my daughter being the favorite.
But they're both equally loved and both equally favorite children of yours.
Yes, thank you. Well done.
I'm gonna say that on this call because they're watching. But go catch the replay. We like the US one better. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Adina Wright Designs, look it up. But no, Steve, I was gonna say you should ask Camille about her brand new art website.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes, please share.
It was a gift from me. He made it for me for Valentine's Day. He made my website.
Oh. All right, beautiful.
What's easy.
What's the handle? Or what's the web?
CamilleFaustino.com.
Okay. All right, just the full name. All right, Faustino.com. Great.
Yeah.
All right. I would definitely check it out. I appreciate what you're saying about art. I see the work and the effort that my daughter puts into creating pieces. And where was I? What was I talking about this the other day? The speed at which she puts her idea onto paper. I draw a little bit, and I've got a post somewhere where a time lapse of us both drawing. We both did line art drawing of the same picture, just a sort of a period house, detailed house, and I'm very careful about what I put onto the paper. I'm very kind of nervous about getting things right, and she sees what she wants and interprets it very quickly into how she puts it onto paper. And that, for me, is a skill. And there's a talent to it, certainly, but there's a skill because she just puts in the hours to have that mechanism, so I appreciate I appreciate the work and the mastery and the artisan nature, the craft of creating art. And like you said, if people sort of say it speaks to me in a certain way, and then they use the fact that they can afford something to imply value to it. That's very it's very strange. I guess
Well,
part of
money
it.
should never be a flex. Money should be something that you utilize for good. And the amount of money that some of these rich people are spending to say, look at me, I bought an art piece that no one else could afford. It could have prevented multiple abortions. It could have homed several people. It could have fed several people. It could have rebuilt torn down areas. And so, like, I have a great appreciation for the arts, but I also think if your goal behind art is flexing money, I think that's bad. I think God gave us, we are creators made from a creator, and he gave us the ability to create art to make an impact. God never made anything that was just for show. Everything serves a function. Every plant, every animal, the sun, the moon, all beautiful things that God made. None of it is just for show. Even the rainbow was a covenantal promise. It wasn't just some light he threw across the sky. So I think when we, as creators and creations from the creator, we need to embody that as well.
Yeah, that's well said. I said it about, yeah, certainly.
Someone clip that.
Yeah, use it. Yeah, use. I will do. Using money for using, like you said, using money to flex is the worst way to use money. When there are so many other there are so many other ways to do it, and like you said, bringing art into the realm of we are created by a creator, therefore we are creative in our own space as well. Is a great celebration of that that craft, whether it's
Right.
whether it's music, painting, sculpture. I've got people in my space that do things in all of those disciplines.
Yeah.
And it's great to see what comes out of consistent, thoughtful effort. When you're in that flow state, when you're enjoying what you do, you're doing it out of a love or a passion or a desire. Then I think appreciating the work that has been put into creating. Because
like when I danced during the Sexiest Man competition,
no,
there was a lot of thought behind those movements.
Qualify, except that.
Well, I would include also the time I did the worm into a full split in cowboy boots.
That was impressive, I must say. That did stand out. I wouldn't pay for. I wouldn't flex money for it. But
Thank you, Steve. And as much as money is appreciated, I don't think I want men throwing money at me when I do full splits. It's just not on brand with what I'd like to show. Unless, of course, I'm wearing the white pants that are see-through in a rainstorm, then perhaps. Because I broke out white pants the other day, and I was like, you know what? This is an interesting look. I always wear black pants, and I've decided. And Steve Harvey said it once. He gave like the ultimate suit combo guide, and he was like, all you need is a pair of black pants, I think tan pants and white pants. And I only have had the black pants, but now I'm looking into getting tan or white because it really just does open up so many different combinations. And I've experimented now with, instead of the white undershirt and the tie, wearing different floral or other dress shirts underneath to make different color combinations. And on Easter, I got to try something very new, and it was awesome.
You're very. I mean, you're always very sartorially elegant. I mean, the hat is your signature, but you obviously you're very cognizant of the rest of your appearance.
You taught me a phrase for it. I say dress to the nines. Somehow I hadn't really heard that before, believe it or not. And you said it once, and people say, well, when they talk about how I'm dressed, I'm like, I'm rocking up to the nines, like Steve Wright would say. And they're like, Steve Wright. And I said, yes, he's the man who takes 4 bites of a cherry. And they say, 4 bites of a single cherry? Impossible. And I say, it's true. It is true. And but I've been very, very happy to get into the suits. And my friend actually gifted me one from Japan that is extremely thin and lightweight for the summertime season here, because it is it's getting a little hot around here. It's a little
Yeah.
humid, a little hot to be wearing suits. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like to rock up to the nines now. But every now and then I'll wear something casual. But what you mentioned at the very beginning of the episode has resonated with me because Camille asked me, she said, "So are you going to wear your hat for the wedding?" And I was like, I hadn't thought about it because, the cowboy hat wasn't something I wore my whole life. It was
Mm.
something that happened because I was trying to be anonymous when I first started my podcast. I only wore sunglasses and a cowboy hat. If you
Yeah.
find the oldest videos of me on
Yes.
YouTube,
Yeah. I
I'm
remember.
wearing sunglasses and
Yeah.
a cowboy hat. Steve, I think you were part of that era. You were part of that family.
Yeah. I remember. Who is this guy? Who is this?
Yeah.
Who is this? Like he's incognito. He's like secret
Right.
agent,
So,
Mr. Whiskey.
but the hat stayed, the sunglasses left because people were like, "You have such pretty eyes," and I wasn't anonymous anymore. Not that I was ever doing anything wrong. It was just
Mm.
about holding military leaders accountable, and their mental health conversations could put me at risk while I was active duty, and
Right.
and even then, it was just us being extra precautionary. But the hat has stayed, but it's not. I don't sleep with it on. I don't, wear it 24/7.
Right.
And so when I think about my wedding, which was always a personal event, there
Mm.
was just my good flowing hair. It's kind
Yeah.
of it's a little thicker than yours, not by
I
much.
like your hair. I
Thank
like
you.
your hair as
You've
well.
seen it in a few posts, and
Yeah.
but now with all these podcasters and people I work with wanting to come to the wedding, and everyone's asking me, the hat's gonna be there, right? It's like, what do I do? Do I want to wear the hat or not? Camille met me in a hat, and the first time we ever kissed, I think I was wearing a cowboy hat. So it's like it's always been there too, and I feel like if
Camille,
I
what's
don't
your take?
wear it,
What's your take?
I
Hat
always
or no hat?
imagined him wearing it.
Oh,
So
there's the answer. Happy wife, happy life, right? So
okay. Well, if it's going to be in your wedding photos forever, so whatever you decide,
I'll take it off halfway through. Maybe I'll do a couple.
you can feature. Yeah. I
Maybe
think.
I'll put it on her when we kiss the bride. I'll transfer it to her.
Ooh, yeah. I think. Yeah. I definitely. Yeah. I think there's an
But
opportunity.
depending on the outfit, it might be the white hat, in which case I might have to get a chair up front to put my black hat on to witness, because it has been here since the beginning. I tried to get it fixed, and the professional said we can't. It's
Yeah, that's
defeated. It's undergone 3 years of intense travel. It's been under airplane seats. It's been in backpacks and suitcases. You have not taken good care of it.
Wow.
Steve, right? The hat carrying case is huge, first of all.
I can
And second
imagine.
of all, it's like minimum $80. Okay. I just haven't had money to just drop on a hat carrying case. I said I carry it on my head.
No, I think there's a beautiful story in terms of you just sharing how the narrative arc of the hat, of the sort of the incognito, the glasses, the hat, and then coming full circle in terms of coming out from underneath the hat, and even having the hat be part of the new journey in terms of the two
Right.
becoming one.
Did you ship your hats to Jamaica, or do you have them with you still?
That is a good question. I have my hat is with me. I could have, and actually that's one of those. There's a couple of things that have missed the shipping that now have to come with me that I would have shipped. The hat was one of them, actually.
I assume you're flying. Are you
Yes.
bringing bags on an airplane?
I'm bringing a couple of bags.
So you can wear the hat on the plane.
So I'll probably wear the hat. I'll probably wear the.
But last time I wore this hat on a plane in a suit, this flight attendant asked if I was the captain, and she dead serious thought I was the captain. She it was beautiful. She was like, you're the captain?" And I was like, "Do I look like the captain?" She goes, "Yes, you're dressed so well and you're so handsome and you've got that authority to you." And she was from China. She had this really thick accent, and she was around the age of my mom, if my mom actually loved me. So it was a hard struggle, Steve. She was like, "We got to land this plane." And I was like, "Listen, we're just taking off." So but I was like, I had to tell her no, because I was on my way to a domestic violence and sexual assault prevention awareness thing that I was hosting. I said, I can't miss that. So I had to catch you some other time. And it's like the movie Inside Out, where the mom is always thinking about the Brazilian helicopter pilot who asked her to fly away together. And she said no. And every time she looks at her husband and hates him, she replays that memory in her head of boarding the Brazilian helicopter plane with the pilot. And every now and then I'll wake up and I'll think about this woman from China who thought I was the captain. And I didn't fly away. I had a commitment to the job, to the duty.
There you go.
It happened in the military. I had a woman ask me, run away with me. Let's just live across the country and we'll hang out at cafes every day and beg for food and write books. And I was like, something came over me, Steve, and I said, I have a duty to this nation. Like, I don't know. I became like Jack Reacher or something. Like my voice deepened and I was like, I've got a job. And then later on, I was like, why did I say that? But it happens. But Steve, I think we should end with a few jokes. You said you were going to have 5 to 10 ready at all times. So what do you have ready for us?
Oh my goodness.
Maybe something about moving, something about Jamaica.
I don't. Oh man, you really put me on the spot here. I don't have anything.
I'll help you out, Steve. If you're going to move to Jamaica and you're going to change your whole life and move there, make sure you wear 4 socks so you don't get cold feet.
There you go. I thank you for that sigh, Camille, because that was definitely...
All right, Steve, then let's hear what you got.
Actually, the funniest part of that, what you just said was Camille's sigh. It's like, oh.
The only thing the microphone's picked up from her.
Socks. Actually, I'll be wearing fewer socks, which is nice. I'll have my feet, I'll have my toes outdoors.
With the pineapple in between each.
With the pineapple, I'll have a pineapple segment in between each toe.
Well, Camille, I know you've got a few.
No.
Well,
she has one about a ghost, and she has one about something else.
They are seriously dad jokes. It's funny. I'm not a. I don't have.
You're a dad, Steve, and if you want to be a good dad, you got to have the jokes.
I got a joke like the skeleton who didn't go to the ball because he had nobody to go with.
All right, I'll give you that. That was good, Camille. That's perfectly in theme with yours. Go ahead, the ghost one.
No.
It's you can say it. Steve and I have said worse things before. Don't make me butcher it. I don't remember it entirely.
I don't remember it.
Okay, Camille said a joke once. She was like, what does a ghost call his And I said, I don't know. What does he call it? And she goes, his Halloweeny.
It's Halloween.
You could share the vampire one. No. Okay. She doesn't want to share any. She gave you. She's waited weeks to tell you about the sick bird and the tweetment. So it took her like 12 weeks of encouragement to tell you that one. So.
There you go. Well, I'm gonna close out. We're at the hour.
We're gonna land the plane, but not with. Anyway.
We're gonna land it here. I'm so glad you found the time to join.
It's been so long, Steve. I was telling her it's been months, and yes. I said I went to Japan, and then I went to Texas, and then I come back, and I find out Steve is leaving Britain before I ever got to see him. We were supposed to go to a bar in London at night, wait till everyone was already drunk and had already, had their fill, and then take them out to restaurants. We've talked about this for years, and now I have to go to Jamaica instead, where it's not raining and it's not as polluted and crowded, and it's beautiful. Come on, Steve.
I'm sorry. Well, we gotta find a way. I
gotta find a beige hat for Jamaica now.
Yep. Yeah, the black hat will definitely.
Yeah. Well, I have 2 white hats, so maybe I'll wear the white so you can wear the beige. So we're not. You already have a twin, so I don't want to take away from that.
There you go. But it's been great seeing you. Congratulations again. Do you have a date in mind?
Yes, July 1st, 2027.
Oh,
Unless we
nice.
move it to a Halloween birthday wedding, but that's up in discussion right now. But July 1st, it is the longest daylight exposure of the year. So it is the longest day of the year, the shortest night, which I guess for a wedding night, we should have had the longest night. But we had the longest day because I wanted to symbolize, like, I thought it was great. It's like kind of like the peak of summer in the beginning of summer. And it's kind of like in the middle of the year in a way. And the idea was like I wanted to spend the longest day, marrying the love of my life. Like,
Amen.
yeah, there's
That's
symbology
beautiful.
to it. I'll write it out in an official statement on the invitation or something.
That's beautiful.
But we are going to hand draw together. One of us is much better at drawing than the other. I relate to you and your daughter because she draws so much faster than me. We're going to make handcrafted invitations. So no ChatGPT invitations. We're going to draw our own invitations, and we'll probably draw a picture of my dog and me and her. And yeah,
That'd be great.
and if we make a hand selected one for each guest, then yours will have a drawing of you, and her mom's will have a drawing
Wow.
of her mom. But that's a lot of work. I don't know about all that.
Mm.
I might just do one and then
Yeah.
photocopy it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Make it manageable, sustainable.
But I expect to see you in a suit, Steve.
I
But you can wear sandals because
if
you're
I'm
from
there,
Jamaica. So
if I'm there, if I'm there, I'll be walking
rock
something.
up to the nines.
I'll be walking something nice. It would be beautiful. It would be beautiful to witness your
And
union.
if you don't come for us, come for the cake. I'm trying to get us a ube coconut cake, ube coconut vanilla cake. I don't know if you've ever had that. It's like
No.
Filipino dessert, so it's gonna be good.
Oh,
In fact, if you see the pictures I've drawn of our wedding, I'm making heart eyes and drooling at the cake and ignoring her. So it's that's what I'm most excited for, to be honest, is the wedding cake. I want it to be at least 1 Camille tall, which is not that tall. So maybe 2 Camille's tall.
wow.
We want the big wedding cake. So. And she wants a whole roasted pig with an apple in the mouth.
Ooh.
And she wants all pineapple around it, but not our pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. My pre-vegan days, I'd love the whole pig, the whole roasted pig.
Okay. Well, we will get I guess we'll get the vegan equivalent of a whole pig, which is I'll get you, I guess, a piece of corn on the cob. Like, the equivalent, or instead of cutting up a salad, I'll bring you just like a whole head of lettuce. That's like
Roasted.
the uncut pig. It's like
uncut lettuce. I got you.
We'll get a bunch of vegetables and shape it like a pig. So we'll have like corn cob legs and a watermelon head or something like that, and cabbage body. Or we don't want you to feel left out. We'll get the bacon. You like the bacon, the fake bacon, the vegan bacon?
We'll make it work. Well, you know what? If I'm
gonna podcast there, as you capture our 1-to-1 thing, which is now. Yeah.
Whenever I see you both live, we will definitely be doing a live. We'll be doing a live show. So that's a given. Either
feel free to bring your daughter
or post your wedding.
Bring your daughters as your +1s and everything, and whoever else you want to bring, and
all right.
And I'll try to get Justin Workman so me and him can do some David Goggins content post wedding. It's like some people want to eat wedding cake and then not do the work to burn it off. Not us.
We did the work before, during, and after.
Exactly. I'll rip my shirt off at one point in the wedding, and I'll be like, "Listen, stay hard." That's gonna be the motto of the wedding night.
All day long, because it's a long day.
Yes, it's a long day to stay hard for. That was you, Steve. That wasn't me.
On that
so good to see you, man.
It's great. Camille, it's lovely to see you.
I
will check out your handle, Camille J Faustino, and CamilleFaustino.com. And whiskey shot. Bless him. Have a great day, guys. All right.
You too, Steve.
All right, for those catching up, catch us on the replay. There's some clips on here that I'm definitely gonna have to pull out and explain.
Yes, sir. All right, take care.
All right, take it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks again for chopping in. All right.